Hey there gamers, and welcome back to the channel. Now before we begin, I know I haven't made these weekly breakdowns in a few weeks. I think it's been like 2 or 3. On update week, I didn't make one of these videos because we had just got the AGRABAH realm and I wanted to make a guide for that instead, as I was getting tons of questions about the realm during my live stream. Following that, I wasn't making these videos because I've been having some health struggles as of late. I'm currently working through them and I'm going to be taking some steps to get that under control. So I just want to say thank you for being here today and thank you so much for your patience while I do my best to restore some balance to my life and my content. With that, our main focus today is going to be discussing this week's premium shop lineup, as we do have some pretty fun and exciting items, some of which will work very well for this week's Dreamsnap challenge. So with that, let's dive into what's in store for players this week. So the first thing I want to start with is going to be this green and gold ensemble that I'm wearing now, as well as the new wings that rolled out today. Now, as you can see, this green and gold ensemble is very obviously St. Patrick's Day inspired, which is pretty fun as we don't really have much St. Patrick's Day stuff in the game, so it's good to see them adding things like this in, as well as a new event called the Lucky You event that dropped this week. Overall, I really love the look of this outfit. It's very festive, but at the same time, it's also very fun and a bit elegant as well with the golden trim. Heading into the shop here, you'll find that this outfit is going to run you 1,500 moonstones, which is pretty standard. Keep in mind, this does not come with the wings. Those are going to be sold separately. The green and gold ensemble is going to feature 4 new wardrobe items. You get the green and gold blazer, the green checkered caprice, the green and gold hat, and the brassy buckled shoes. One thing I think that's very important to note with this new green and gold blazer is that it is one of the few overcoats that we can wear that is going to allow for both bracelets and gloves, making it pretty well suited for Dreamsnap challenges. In particular, this week's Dreamsnap challenge is actually the perfect time to use it, as it is called Going Green, and one of the mandatory tags is, of course, green. The challenge states deck yourself out in your favorite shades of green. Who will be the luckiest villagers in this vibrant, verdant celebration? So yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say we're going to see a lot of players utilizing this new green and gold ensemble collection. And of course, next up we have the blooming flower wings, and these are really nice. I love that they have a built-in animation. This is super fun, the falling petals, and they also pack a significant amount of detail. Now, of course, as with all the wings that come to the premium shop, these are going to run you 1,750 moonstones, making them more expensive than the green ensemble, which I think is a better deal. Don't get me wrong, I really like these wings, and I'm very happy that they have a built-in animation. With that said, I have noticed a minor issue with the animation on these new wings. And you might have actually caught this in today's intro, but when you do certain poses with the wings seem to think I'm still in this spot. You can see the petals falling right beside me. Now, this could be a fun trick to use in Dreamsnaps to get some kind of special effect, maybe, but overall, I think it's a bit of a problem. So when you do certain poses, it appears that the wings, they're not sure that they're in the right spot. So we still have the falling petals from where I would be if I wasn't posing with the dragon, and you'll realize when I stop doing the pose, the petals are exactly where they should be. Now, it's pretty clear to me that this is a bug, because if I use other wings that have built-in animations like the ones featured here, that problem doesn't exist. The sparkles are exactly where they're supposed to be. So considering that this appears to be a bug, I do sincerely hope that they patch that or work that out at some point. For now, it's just a minor inconvenience, and I don't think it's really going to be a big problem unless it makes, your photos or dream snaps turn out kind of weird or not how you intended. But it's still a little frustrating because this is a paid item. This is a premium item. And items like this, I feel like, should definitely be play tested by the developers before they release them for in-game currency that cost real world money. So overall, I love the wings. I would pick them up either way if you can, because they are very fun and unique, and I love the flowers, but I am disappointed that they don't work properly in photo mode, and that definitely needs to be addressed because, like I said, this is a premium item. Moving on to decor, the first thing we're going to talk about is this Ninth Thorn arcade set, and I am really impressed with these items. Now, we already have some arcade items in the game, but most of them are tied to Wreck-It Ralph, and they have limited interactions or animations. They don't really do that much. I mean, they're cool and all, but these are super fun. And there is a fifth piece to the set, which I'll have to go indoors to show you. It's like some of the pull sticks. It's a wall-mounted item, so we'll take a look at that in a minute. But for now, let's take a look at each of these items. These are so fun and unique, so what I'm gonna do, and they have their own built-in audio. I forgot to mention that. Each one of these does something very spectacular. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disappear from the screen for a minute, and I'm just going to capture sound and footage of each of these items' unique animations and sound effects, and then I'll let them speak for themselves. Moving indoors, here we have the cue holder. Now, this is just a simple wall ornament. It does not have any kind of animation, of course, but, you know, still pretty fun that they included this alongside the set. I must say, I'm really impressed by this arcade set. It's really fun. I was not expecting these all to have such fun and unique animations, and I think that the fact that they do have these unique animations and interactions makes them well worth purchasing. But let's discuss the cost in Moonstones and the cost in Star Coins. The Ninth Thorn arcade set is going to run you 1,750 Moonstones. And in my honest opinion, that is not bad at all, especially considering you're getting 5 unique items and several of them have some really, really good built-in animations. As far as Star Coins go, the pricing on the Ninth Thorn arcade set is fairly reasonable. The bowling lane is going to run you 4,000 Star Coins. The little orb machine is going to run you 6,400, which it's kind of surprising that this one is more than the bowling lane, because the bowling lane is super fun, and this one is kind of, you know, it's cool, but I'm not super hype about it like I am with the bowling lane. But yeah, this one's 6,400. The pool table is 6,400, and our 2 cheapest items Star Coin wise are going to be the pinball machine coming in at 2,880, very specific, and the cue holder at 1,200 Star Coins, which makes sense because it doesn't really do that much, but it is cool to have another wall decor item. With that, we have one final new item in the shop this week, which of course is the monstrous house behind me here. Thankfully, this house is a good bit cheaper than the last 2 houses we've received, coming in at 3,000 Moonstones, which is reasonable because, I mean, this, to be fair, I don't think this house deserves a price tag of 3,750, while the last 2 I can definitely see how and why they would be priced that way. This house does pack some great detail though, and I love that it's just kind of a natural style home. We've gotten some really cool like Victorian style houses and just a nice mix of houses you can build a cool neighborhood with, and this fits right in with that kind of decor and design. I also really like the amount of greenery here. Like, we have all these little bushes on the side with these little purple roses, and there's like vines growing up the side here, or maybe not vines, or I don't know, but I mean, it looks good. I really like the detail on it. I like the style of it. I like the colors. It's a super fun house, and on top of that, it doesn't really need that much room, which is something I appreciate with premium houses. I know a lot of people love bigger houses because, you know, this is kind of the awe factor, but I love getting smaller, more compact premium homes because it's easier to fit them into your builds and into your valleys, so I'm very fond of this little house. It also does quite well to embrace the Monsters, Inc. vibe with these different colorations. I love the little doormat here with the pink and purple coloration, and I love the fact that the awning here, this canopy, has like these little teeth. You see these like right here? That's so fun, and it's an easy detail to overlook. I didn't even catch it at first, and then when I was really picking it apart, I was like, wow, that's super fun. I also really like the little balcony it has on the second floor. And while the chimney doesn't have any smoke or like smoke animation, I'm fine with that because I really love the style of this point here, this like antenna or whatever that is, and then the chimney having this like metallic purple coloration. Very, very cool. Super unique house. Overall, I like it a lot, and I think it's well worth the purchase if you have the moonstones. With that, we've covered all of the new items in the premium shop this week, but also I would like to discuss some returning items and limited time deals that I think many will find quite appealing. So like we touched on before, this week's Dreamsnap challenge is called Going Green. It's an outfit challenge, but green is a big part of it, and I think people are going to like a lot of green decor as well. And I think that was the thought process here behind our first limited time deal we're going to discuss, which is the Parks Magical Set. Now, this is a collection of returning Star Path items from the first Disney Park Star Path that we received. This is a pretty cheap bundle, only 1,200 moonstones, and it's 10% off. So you can pick up this bundle today for only 1,080 moonstones. It's going to come with the magical keepsake cart, the Iron Park bench, and the magical recyclers, all of which are a very lush shade of green, making them good potential decor items for this week's Dreamsnap challenge. And perhaps an even better deal for this week, we have the plant, beard, and mustache bundle. I think it's been a long time since this came to the premium shop, but again, I feel like this was released because of this week's Dreamsnap challenge, and it may be something very helpful for some players. This is going to include the blooming beard that you see here with the little flowers in it, though this beard doesn't really go well with this outfit. You can see a lot of clipping here with the bow and the beard. They just don't really work that well together. But the leafy mustache, I think, is quite nice with this. It is funky, it's fun, and even if you don't use it for this week's challenge, it is a nice little thing to have. It's always good to have more options when customizing your avatar. With that said, though, overall in this game, I've never been a big fan of the way they do the facial hair. It almost all feels super fake, like it's just glued on. Now, of course, this one would feel fake because beards aren't naturally green with flowers in them. But even the regular beards, like if I put, any of the beards or mustaches on my avatar, it always feels a little off to me. And you don't have to agree, that's just my personal opinion. I much rather would do like the shaven face with like the opacity turned down just a little bit. I feel like that looks a lot more natural. But again, this could work really well for this week's challenge, and I think they're fun items to own. If you don't have these, they're going to be super cheap this week. You can get both of them for only 1,000 moonstones, and it's 20% off. So you're talking 800 moonstones for these two items here, but they might not be totally worth it for you, especially if you don't ever see yourself using them. No reason to spend moonstones on something you're never going to use. So if you would love to use them for this challenge, or you think you might use them in the future, I think they could totally be worth it. But if you don't really care for the beards or facial hair, or you specifically always use a female avatar and you prefer to stay away from facial hair, then I could definitely understand passing on these items. With that, we've discussed everything in the premium shop this week, and we've already discussed this week's Dreamsnap challenge. So there's only a couple of things left to do. We're going to take a look at my Villagers on Parade Dreamsnap results. I'll reveal my submission to you, and since I haven't made these videos in a little while, I'll reveal my last few submissions that you guys have missed. But we'll speed run it so it doesn't take super long. So for Villagers on Parade, I got ranked 2010, which is right around what I was expecting. I even told my community I would get somewhere between 1,000 and 3,000, and I got right in the middle of that, so I feel pretty good about my guess there. I wasn't super fond of my outfit. I don't think it was that great. I think the scene was really strong. I just wish I had unlocked some of the Aladdin and Jasmine friendship rewards, but I was so busy grinding my Star Path that I didn't do their quest until I was pretty much done with that. I was also editing, and like I said, I had some health issues, so been a little bit behind on things. Still happy though, got to keep my 4K streak alive, and in case you missed it, just a few weeks ago, I got ranked 2, so that was really exciting. I got 10,000 moonstones from that, but I'll show you that Dreamsnap if you haven't seen it. For now, let's take a look at my Villagers on Parade Dreamsnap, and like I said, we're going to speed run this, so I'm just going to show you the last few submissions I've done. All right, so here is Villagers on Parade. Like I said, I really love the setting for this. The idea behind this Dreamsnap was to have a welcoming parade or welcoming party for Aladdin and Jasmine. in. That's why I used the golden camels right there behind the new topiary from the Star Path. The cars behind me are like pulling the parade float. We have both Aladdin and Jasmine in their new Star Path Dream styles, which I really enjoyed. And then I have the foreground designed to be like the back of another parade float that's right in front of us. And I used the golden Iago statues to kind of add to the effect that this was a celebration to welcome both Aladdin and Jasmine. I really like the way the villagers worked out for this one as well. Minnie and Daisy really look like they're wearing parade attire, so I wanted to include them in the parade. And we also have some fun spectators. Vanessa's waving on the right. Ariel and Mitra are ordering pretzels. And again, I just really love the way the scene for this one came together. I definitely feel like the outfit could be better. That's why I was expecting a rank between 1,000 and 3,000. I don't think the outfit was that exciting or fun or even cohesive. But for the Dreamsnap overall and the scene I created, I'm super, super happy with it. I think it's beautiful, it's fun, it's exciting, and I think it definitely delivers on the theme. So if you came across this Dreamsnap and you liked it enough to vote for it, thank you very much. Now with that, let's speedrun my last few Dreamsnaps that you may have missed. So most recently would have been my Cabinet of Curiosities. This one got rank 1024 or something like that. It's just right over 1000. Now I did do an outdoor submission, but I tried to close it off so it looked like an enclosed space because part of the challenge was to make an art gallery. I just wanted to use my baby dragon. I really wanted to use the scholarly dragon so bad for this because he's a very curious looking creature. And in order to use them, I had to be outside. I'm really hoping Dreamlight Valley changes this. I mean, I don't understand why we can't pose with the companions indoors. Next up would be Cupid's Runway. This one got rank 120 or somewhere around there. Maybe it was 114. It was right around that range. I really, really loved the way this one turned out. I really enjoyed the scene as well. Ariel's ball gown style dress just fits in really well, and she has a romantic partner in the game in the form of Eric. And since the challenge was Cupid's Runway, I just felt like it worked very nicely. And last, but certainly not least, we have my Take a Hike submission. To my surprise, this got rank 2, and I woke up to find myself with an additional 10,000 moonstones. I was so shocked. I mean, I thought it was a good Dreamsnap, but I really wasn't expecting a top 3 submission with this one, though I did love the fact that I captured the waterfall in the back. We have all these bright and beautiful colors, and even though it's so fantastic and whimsical, it still feels like a nature hike, and it still executes the challenge well. I was also very fortunate that I had the capybara walking by my legs right then and there. I think that was a great wow factor, and I love Donald in his little safari outfit catching the wave from me. I just thought it was really fun. So yeah, if you saw any of those submissions and you liked them enough to vote for them, thank you very, very much. And I hope you enjoyed catching up on my Dreamsnap submissions. Again, I do apologize for the very limited amount of videos lately. I will be remedying this soon, and I want to get back to producing lots of great content for you guys. I'm actually working on a very big project on the side right now that I'm super excited to release, and a smaller project that should be dropping either Friday or Saturday. I am making a video about the ban wave that came out alongside of Tales of AGRABAH. Now, I know a lot of you guys have talked about it, and you've probably already gotten a lot of content about this and a lot of videos, but my video is going to be very different from many of the videos you've seen. I'm going in a different direction with this, and the whole reason behind it is I feel like there's a lot of misinformation on the topic and a lot of fear-mongering, and I want to kind of put a lot of that to rest. For about a week and a half, every time I went live, my chat was being flooded with scared players asking me if they were going to get banned, and I kept on having to address the same points over and over and over. So I figured if I make a video, whenever somebody shows up and they start asking questions about the ban wave, I can simply give them the link to that video, and then they can learn everything they need to know about it. And again, that video will be coming very soon. I hope you enjoy it. And if you're nervous about the bans, I hope it puts your mind a little at ease. I know if you receive flagged, it's still going to be scary. But with that, we've touched on pretty much everything I want to touch on today. Of course, there is a new event in the game as well called Lucky You. And I did consider going through that event in today's video, but I felt like it would be a little unnecessary. The event is very, very simple. It's only running for 7 days, and it only comes with one completable duty, which gives you a new shirt and one new craftable. The whole event is centered around picking up these clovers that are currently growing in the valley. The one big piece of advice I have for you is if you have the Eternity Isle DLC and the level 3 Ancient Vacuum, it really makes this event super easy. You don't have to run around finding each of of the individual clovers, you can just use your ancient vacuums and pick them up that way. Again, thank you so much for your patience here on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in today, for coming back to the channel. Like I said, I do apologize that the content has been rather scarce lately. I did make some posts on YouTube letting you guys know that I was having some health struggles, and a lot of you guys were very receptive to that and left some very kind comments. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys here that have subscribed to my channel, that watch my channel, that enjoy my content, and appreciate all the hard work and care and love I put into what I do here. I'm not entirely sure when what I'm going through will be completely resolved, or if it ever will be completely resolved, but what I can tell you is I have a lot of exciting content planned for the future, and I'm very excited about some projects I have coming up, and I will continue doing my very best to provide you guys with good, high-quality content here on YouTube. As a big thank you to each and every one of you that subscribes to my channel or just simply drops in to view my content on occasion. If you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also, if you haven't yet, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. Like I said, I have some very fun and exciting things planned, and I cannot wait to share them with you. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the future of Disney Dreamlight Valley.